Hello, Brad Shelkey here at Conversations with Mormons. This is part 6 of Knowing My Enemy. Mormons are never my enemy. My only enemy is the father of the lie. Last week I mentioned that the liar has only one tool, leniency. Leniency means lowering and cheapening moral standards. The liar uses leniency to obstruct my vision of moral goodness. Remember, moral goodness is all about righteousness or right relationships. When I see life through God's goodness, through right relationships, then I experience good and right thoughts and actions toward myself and others. The liar hates right relationships God's way and hates me thriving in God's goodness. The liar wants to wreck my relationships by tricking me away from the true way of right relationships. The liar's fake way of right relationships is self-righteousness. The door into self-righteousness is leniency. Always leniency. Ponder that a moment. You don't get self-righteous because you want to get self-righteous. You get self-righteous because you see life through leniency. My pride makes self-righteousness feel like true righteousness because both are about doing good. Leniency is fake because it ignores the central and life-giving role of moral flawlessness, which is found only in Jesus. There are two doors into life. The narrow door of moral flawlessness leads into God's narrow way of life, of good and right relationships, of good and right thoughts and actions. The wide door of leniency leads into the liar's wide way of life, which is actually death because it's the way of self-righteousness, which results in judgmentalism, impatience, hostility, and worse. Jesus spoke about these two doors and these two ways after his very famous words about judging others. He said, "Judge not that you be not judged." Why not judge? Jesus goes on to explain, "For you will be judged by the same standard with which you judge others, and you will be measured by the same measure you use. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye and not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' and look, there's a log in your own eye? Hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye." Haven't we all experienced both sides of this ugly problem? Sometimes I'm the one with the log in my eye and wrongly criticize you. At other times, you have the log in your eye and wrongly criticize me. What's the real issue? Jesus says it's simply a matter of how we measure ourselves and others. Using the wrong standard is like having a log in my eye because it blocks my vision of who you are, what your issues really are, and my role as your friend and not your judge. Jesus guarantees that when the log of leniency is out of our eye, we will see clearly to help others with their issues. To see clearly means to measure by moral flawlessness. Compared to Jesus in his moral flawlessness, how do you think I'm doing? This really is the hidden theme of all my conversations with Mormons. I seek to stay focused on moral flawlessness, which keeps the log out of my eye. Then I help them notice that the speck in their eye is leniency. Always leniency. I've gotten a speck of wood or metal in my eye before. These tiny things really hindered my vision. Almost always I had to stop what I was doing and get the speck out before I could continue. Have you ever had that experience? Have you ever noticed bad behavior in other people? Have you ever experienced irritation or impatience with someone you saw doing wrong? If after watching this video you could observe my conversations with Mormons, you likely would notice leniency versus moral flawlessness hidden in my questions. Read the comment section below this video for my goal in Conversations with Mormons. You likely would be surprised at how surprised and happy the Mormons are as they admit their flaws in light of moral flawlessness. It's like they never noticed before what they knew was true. You also would be surprised at their joyful declaration that they plan to thank God that day for sending Jesus to die in their place to take care of all their sins without their help. This is the power of getting leniency out of our vision. This is the life-giving power of measuring by moral flawlessness. Next week, we'll explore how the liar uses leniency to give people, even Christians, a license to sin. Until then, why not join me in thanking God for sending Jesus Christ to die in your place to be your way to see life clearly? Welcome to the conversation.